With regard to this game today, I think there's a lot of things that maybe we didn't do well, and I think that's one of the things that sometimes does stand out in a game like this. But to be honest with you, that's how Army plays. They play that frenetic style. They're going to get after you. They're going to put a lot of pressure on you, and that's going to work at times. It doesn't mean that we're doing anything wrong. Sometimes, again, I probably need to remind myself of that. It's a really hard game to prepare for. You can't replicate what they do with the same players that they do it with. I thought when we beat that thing and when we took care of it, especially in that third quarter, I think we had 11 turnovers in the first half. I don't think we got our 12th until right at the end of the third quarter. We talked about offensive rebounds, not giving those up. I don't think we gave one up until the fourth quarter. So I think a huge credit to how hard our team played. Obviously being able to get that lead in the third quarter. And then Army played really hard, like Army does, and closed the gap. But we didn't completely panic, and we're able to hold them off. So, very proud of our group. That's always a really tough game for us, no matter the venue.
We know as our makeup of our team that we should be dominating the boards every game, and we really haven't been there. So we've been doing a lot of rebounding drills during practices, and I knew in the fourth quarter or the third quarter we just had to act like it was a drill in practice, and we go hard against each other in practice, and we did that during the third quarter, and turned out good for us. Just keeping the ball high and really attacking them. We knew we had to move their feet on defense, or get them to move their feet on defense. So doing that, we worked on that yesterday at practice and every day at practice. So just making sure we did that today really helped us put the ball through the net, and then just getting go boards really.
Fortunately for us, we're 70 practices in, so I've been able to watch these three for the 70 practices this year, but also for their entire careers. So Not too brilliant of a coach to figure out that you got three really good players inside. I think we've been able to use them since the season has started. And I think the three other normal scorers that we've had with McGurk and with Kai and with Kate have really, really played well in practice, have really, really scored and done a lot of things that we've needed them to do as of late. There was a lot of pressure on them today to make sure that they took care of the basketball, that they got the ball into the right spots. And not that these guys didn't have to do some of that, but I think, there was really taxing on our guards, and we had to make sure that we took advantage of stuff in the post. And I thought we did a good job of that, getting it there in the first half. We didn't finish, I don't think, like we wanted to. I thought we kind of got to the home base that we had talked about. Didn't do some of the things that we had worked on throughout the week as far as finishing and scoring and going strong. Still were able to get them in a little bit of foul trouble. And so I think that was a little bit, too, of, hey, confidence booster for our kids. That, hey, they are in a little bit of foul trouble. We should be able to finish anyway, but maybe some of that pressure they're putting on you at the basket may not be there because they need those kids on the floor. Lucked out. I thought, some tough loose balls that Murray picked up that third and fourth foul. That was big. I hope the Lewis kid is okay. I'm not exactly sure what happened to her, but her going down at the end, we were able to take advantage of a few things there. But yeah, I think for us, we know, that to be cliche as a coach, where our bread is buttered, we want to make sure we get the ball into them, wherever it is, to be honest with you. You saw Debs and you saw Slagus put the ball on the floor and finish from the perimeter too, even against a guard today. And obviously the couple threes that she hit were big for us, both one in each half.
Well, I think we do a good job of moving the ball and opening up those driving lanes. And I think the one you're talking about, I think we were only up by 1 or 2 points. I knew we had to attack, and I saw an open lane, so I was like, screw it, I'm just going to drive and see what happens and go strong. And fortunately, it went through the net. And so, whenever it's open, I'm just trying to attack and be strong with it. Yeah, they're a really good team. They're really good at running and jumping and pressing us. And I thought we didn't do a great job in the first quarter, maybe the beginning of the second quarter, at being strong when trying to get the ball across half court. But I thought by the second half, we did a lot better job of being strong and looking up the court and advancing it. So I thought as the game went on, we improved. We practice it a lot in practice, and we even have practice players coming and trying to get replicate that pressure. So we've seen it before. I think it was just, I don't know. I thought it just took some adjusting and getting used to it as the game went on. But I thought after the second half, we got a lot better at it.
I think for us, you watch film and you try to figure out some tendencies and pick up on what they are individually. You try to think about how they play as a team. I think we are constructed a little bit different than some other teams. So I think the second time that you play somebody, you're able to see kind of what their eyes see and how they want to defend you and how you run your stuff. So I think maybe that's a little bit of an advantage for us. But at the same point, as a coach, and maybe this is getting older as a coach and knowing that you're going against some other really good ones, you're not just adjusting to maybe necessarily what happened last time. You're trying to get inside their head to a certain extent and see what they see, and so now you're not just adjusting to what happened last time. You're trying to kind of get a sense of what their adjustments are going to be, and now you're adjusting to their adjustments. And, I thought, Mike did a tremendous job with the game plan, as our assistants have done all year. That's been huge for us. Huge for me is, it's a quick jump, when you leave one team and jump onto another. So I think that was a big part. So I think we knew their tendencies maybe a little bit better, and I thought we just defended their tendencies a lot better this time. Hovren got loose a lot last time. For her to only have the 3 offensive rebounds, I know she scored on a couple of those, but I thought we were able to kind of make things difficult for her. She's still a really good player. She still got her points, but I thought she really had to work for them today. Yeah, and I think for us, I think the biggest thing that Carla, I thought, had a couple hustle plays. She had that one. She had a couple turnovers, but I think the biggest thing with her turnovers, and you never want to be happy with a turnover, but when you're the first one back and you make a play after your turnover, I think that's different. And I think that's something that we talked about with a couple occasions today, that we turned the ball over, we hung our head, and all of a sudden they made it easy for them on the other end of the floor. I thought that was a huge, all right, maybe things are going to be all right stretch for Carly when she was able to tap that ball out of bounds. And, I think it was, I hate to say relief, but maybe a relief for the rest of us that, all right, hey, we're going to make some mistakes. We got to make sure we get it back and bounce back. And I thought that was a real pivotal moment, not just in that play, but I think to kind of get everybody else in that mindset as well.